Alright guys, welcome back to the whiteboard. We are in the top 8, but before we get to that, let's get to this and let's recap last week. We had the Storm, remember Storm beat the Broncos there in that warm-up game. We had the Eagles took care of business. The Roosters eliminated the Rabbits, beautiful. This was our big mistake here. We thought the Warriors, without the leadership, would still do okay against the Dolphins. Boy, were we wrong. So we got a big annihilation there. Panthers came through, Knights came through, Titans came through, Sharks got the business done. We really should have capitalised more. I was a little worried. I thought, last game of the season, I thought teams might go a little harder. We really should have capitalised. That was almost an 8 out of 8 week, and I don't feel we profited enough from this week. We lost the Warriors. We lost the Warriors Panthers. Panthers did cash for us though. Lucky we got in early on that bet and got them at $1.60. Roosters head to head, that cash for us. That was a nice cash. And the safety parlay. As long as we get that safety parlay hit for you guys, I'm happy. Eagles Panthers, simple as that. Nice and easy cash. The women, on the other hand, we went try scorers, and despite the fact, look, we had 3 Roosters. Roosters scored 46 points here, and I think we only hit 1, and it was the lowest one. Dragons scored 48 points. We managed to hit that one just. And the Broncos got 32 points. All very high scoring games. We didn't hit a single one. So that was a fail. Let's move on. We did get all the picks right though. The teams higher up on our power rankings cashed, and the teams below failed. We called it. We knew there was going to be some high scoring games, and that's the ones we put the try scorers down. We just, unfortunately, we couldn't whack the right mole. Let's move on. Let's get into it. Top 8, round 8. First up, we have the Broncos versus the Storm. It is Broncos' home game, but that doesn't seem to mean much to the Storm. Now, Storm did win the warm-up. Now, it was, B team versus B team, so to speak. But some of those players will be still playing in this game too. So, if you were, let's just pick a random number. Let's say you're the number 8, and you played against their number 8 last week, and you beat them last week, and now you're playing against that same number 8 again. Your confidence is going to be a lot higher. So Storm won the warm-up. That's a tick for them. Storm are always in the top 8, so they're not going to feel the pressure or the panic as much, so it's another tick for them. This is Broncos' first top 8 since 2018, and they've also only won 1 out of the last 6 games, and so that's another tick for the Storm there. Storm have won the last 14 games in a row. That's 14 ticks. That's just massive. And remember a couple weeks back, we were pointing out that the Eels weren't intimidated by the Panthers, and the Eels had won, 2 out of 4 games against the Panthers in their last 4. And we kind of ignored it. We're not going to ignore it this time. 14 games in a row, that's too much. It's too much to ignore, and I just can't move past that. Broncos do have a couple ins here, including Staggs, Reynolds. They're happy. Storm have a couple ins as well, and they are the underdog. So we are hitting this. 230 for the Storm to beat the Broncos. We're going for it. Simply just because of this. I can't move past this. That's all we've got to say about it. It should be a hard game. And when you think it's a 50-50 game, you're not too sure who's going to win. Tip the favourites. Bet on the underdogs. We're betting, so we're going with the underdogs. And yeah. Alright. Let's move on. Next up, we do have the Panthers versus the Warriors. Panthers first to win 3 championships since the Eels in 1981. Now, they seem to just love to break records these days. For some reason, if you break a record, it just means you're bigger, better, all that stuff. So, it does feel, and a lot of people have felt this way throughout the whole season, that they are kind of pushing the Panthers towards that to make sure the Panthers do get that done. Panthers eliminated the Cowboys last week. Warriors threw away, they broke their game streak. so they lost all that momentum, which I don't know what they were doing, but their star players are rested. Okay, the Panthers didn't. The Panthers players aren't rested. The Warriors players are rested. Panthers have won the last 7 against the Warriors, though. That's huge. The last time the Warriors played a final was in 2018. I don't know if they're going to be nervous. But they were knocked out by the Panthers, so they got some revenge. It's revenge time, boys. Panthers got a couple ins. Warriors got 1 in. Warriors huge underdogs in this game. So you already know where my money's gone. We're back in the underdog on this one. The reason being, they do have some rested players. And I just don't feel that the Warriors are going to be intimidated by the Panthers side. Especially after what the Eels did to them. I think that's going to give the Warriors a lot of hope. I think the Warriors are just on a high. Judging off their last couple games' performances, Panthers should demolish them, smoke them, smash them. 13 plus Panthers all day. I just feel the Warriors are going to lift. And they're just so motivated to do it for the fans. They've got the whole country behind them now. They're more popular than the All Blacks. And I just feel they're going to go for it. And it's going to be a hell of a game. Maybe this over here might be worth hitting. But yeah, we have got a bet on the Warriors to win head to head. We'll take that bet. Recommended is give them a point start. I think we've been all the way up to like 22 point. We give them a 22 point head start. And that should be, I feel very confident in that one. That's probably my most confident bet. It is part of the safety parlay. But yeah, I'd say Warriors 18 plus, 20 plus. Well, that's point start. Give them a point start, 18 to 20 point head start, and they should be good. I just feel that they're going to come out and they're going to give the Panthers this is their grand final. And I hope they play it that way. And I hope they come out and they just play this like if it is their grand final. Next up, we do the Sharks vs Roosters. We already know what side I'm on. Elimination match. This is the first of 2 elimination match. Sharks beat fellow top 8 contenders in the Raiders last week. Roosters eliminated arch rivals, the Rabbits. It was good to watch too, boys. Round 7, Sharks won 22-12. That was a long time ago. Roosters weren't performing back then. They sort of clicked it together at the right end of the season. The Roosters have won 7 of the past 8 games against the Sharks. That gives me awesome. Will Kennedy is possible. We'll see. But his replacement is unlikely. So are they just rushing Will Kennedy back because the replacement fullback is hurt now? I don't, a little shady question mark on there. We've got 1 in, 1 out here on the Roosters side. 50-50 game, coin flip game. If you just want to know who to bet on, I'm going Roosters because that's my team. Otherwise, stay away from this game. If you don't like betting on coin flips, stay away from it. If you love betting on coin flips, go for it. If you support the Sharks, go for it. If you support the Roosters, go for it. But yeah, it's just a 50-50 game, coin flip game. Take your pick. Draw your sides. Good luck, everyone. Next up, we do have the elimination match between the Newcastle Knights and the Canberra Raiders. Knights slayed the Dragons last week to make it 9 in a row. They are the hottest team in the NRL right now. Raiders lost pretty unimpressively to the Sharks there. They're not looking good. It's their first top 8 in 22 years. What the hell? Congratulations, Newcastle, by the way. They must be loving it up there. To win 9 in a row to make the top 8, they should be having bigger parties. They should be happier about it than the Warriors, to be honest. Raiders have lost 3 from 4 of their last games, and they have the worst point difference in the competition, the 4th worst. It's only like the Tigers, the Bulldogs, and I think the Dragons are below them. The 3 big ins here for the Newcastle Knights. And 1 out. Jared Crocker is possible as well. We have to wait and see what happens there. But everything's lining up here for the Newcastle Knights. They are only paying $1.20, so I gave them a 10 point disadvantage. We'll talk more on that later. We'll show that better later. But Newcastle should win this easy. Go ahead, put them in your parlays. Remortgage the house, put it on the Knights. Knights should get this done easy. Don't remortgage your house though. It is the Raiders. They do ambush some teams from time to time. Sometimes they come out and play like they actually care. But they're just judging off their performance lately. Doesn't look good for them. And yeah, that's a bit hypocritical because I just, judging from the Warriors' performance of late, they're going to get smashed too. So maybe Panthers, Newcastle, safety parlay. That's it for the boys. Yeah, I'm looking for the Storm to get the upset. I'm looking for the Warriors. I don't know if they'll get the win, but I think they'll give the Panthers a hell of a run for their money. Roosters, hopefully the Roosters get the win there, and the Knights should get the win. Dominic Young is paying $1.57 to score a try, which that's more than what they're paying to win the game. So if that $1.20 isn't doing much for you, you could go for Dominic Young to get the try there. I don't know if they already got their record, so I don't know if they'll be doing that again. But it's just another option there for you. Let's move on to. Do we wrap this up? Let's wrap up the boys first, and then we'll move on to the girls. Oh, I pretty much already just did it. Storm, Dog of the Week. Warriors, hoping to pray, very low confidence on that one. Roosters, got to support my team. Knights, negative 10 points to make them up to $1.60 to make them worth betting on. And that's what we're going with. We also got a safety parlay of the Warriors plus 22 points and the Storm plus 12.5 points. So the Broncos will have to win 13 plus for us to lose that bet. And the Panthers will have to absolutely destroy the Warriors, which we know they possibly could do. But the Warriors have shown a lot of resolve this year, and they just don't give up on themselves. They keep trying. So I think for them to lose by more than 22 points would be quite horrendous. So that is our safety parlay. If you don't like all those extra numbers and digits, or you may be unsure even how to place the point stat bet, the other safety parlay would be just Knights and Panthers. However, it will only go up to like $1.42. I don't know if that's, you have to put a bit of money on that one to, although you should be fairly safe, unless the Warriors can pull off the major upset. Knights and Panthers won't pay the most, but it should be really safe. So if you want to put a bit of money down on that, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, good luck everyone. Hope you enjoy the top 8. Don't be too mean to the other teams. And we'll talk more about that once we get to the grand final, eh? Who's going to be there? Who's going to be left standing? Alright, let's get into the girls' games. First up, tonight's game even. I love having an NRLW game on a Thursday night. It's beautiful. Can we get this every Thursday night, please? Can we get 2 games on a Thursday night? Can we stop having every sports game in the weekend? It's driving me nuts. There's nothing to watch all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday usually. Nothing to watch. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's so much. There's basketball, there's rugby, there's league. Everything's on at the same time. You can't watch it all. It's so annoying. Nevertheless, anyway, first up we do have Sharks versus Dragons. Now we've got a bit of rivalry here. Sharks lost to the Broncos last week. Dragons destroyed the Cowgirls. It hurts to even read that out loud again. There are 10 former Dragon players in the Sharks team. What is that? 10 of them? Jeez. So we've got the former Dragon number 6 here against the new Dragon number 6. Should be a hell of a fight. It should be a close game. We are going with the Dragons here, just because of the money, right? Sharks, I think the odds are correct. It should be $1.50 versus maybe $2.10 or something. I don't know why the Dragons are quite all the way at $2.55. Berry is paying $1.90. We will hit that line again as well. She's we're starting calling her No Pass Berry because she doesn't seem to pass that ball very much, which is fantastic if you're betting on her to score a try because she's going to get that try herself. I think that's it. I think that's all we have to say. Two very even teams coming up against each other. Sharks should have the advantage, but we will be going with the Dragons. And, yeah, just because they're paying more money. But, dangerous game. Nothing wrong with $1.50 here for the Sharks. We shouldn't be greedy. We should just bet on that one. I just more of a fan of the Dragons. I find them more fun to cheer for. Let's move on. Next up, we do have the safest bet of the round. We've got the the Tigers here against the Broncos. Broncos is paying $1.30. We're going to jump all over that. It's not that much, but I feel so secure and safe in this bet that we'll put in a lot of money down here on the Broncos. Other than that, we do have the try scorers still here. I expect it will be a high scoring game. We may even hit the 13 plus. I'm sorry, Tigers. We love you. They do have Sarah Tugatugi back in. They got a couple ins there. Broncos just too big. The Tigers pack is so small. They really do suffer from the NRLW games being 10 minutes shorter. I feel if the games were the full length, the Tigers would have more. They got a lot of stamina. They got a lot of small players. They got so much heart taking on these bigger girls like that. But we're trying to make money here. We're going with it. Mealy, they started using Mealy as an impact player now, so I don't know if we'll be taking the Mealy try-scoring bets anymore. Ash didn't score one last week, so she should be primed to get one this week. And Gail, paying $3.20, she scored in the last 2 games, so we might even chuck something on that as well. But yeah, all in here on the Broncos. I think if this one bet hits this week, it'll probably pay for all my other bets. If we lose this bet, you may never see me again. I think that's it. Broncos should storm at home. We do have the heavyweight grand final preview. The super clash here between the Newcastle Knights and the Sydney City Roosters. The Knights beat the Raiders last week. Roosters killed the Eels. Right, so Millie Boyle was a Knight last season. Now she's a Rooster. Jasmine Strange was a Rooster last season. Now she's a Knight. It is daughter versus father. For those of you who don't know, Jasmine Strange plays for the Newcastle Knights. Has a very raunchy Instagram too, if you're interested in that. But her father coaches the Roosters. I don't know if this has happened before. It could even be a bit of clash of interest here. Hopefully they're not selling secrets to each other. So it should be, yeah, interesting. We will be going for the Roosters, obviously. The only thing we like more than the Rooster boys is the Rooster girls. They did win 28-12 last year, which was a bit of a shock. Jess Sturge is out, so that is a big downer, but I still feel they get it done. Should be a very good match, very close match. I was surprised to see the Roosters as the favourites in this game. I was hoping they wouldn't be, but never mind. All in all, it's going to be a dangerous game. Probably not one you should bet on. But yeah, we're backing our team. We're backing the Roosters. So, what have we got? Raiders versus Cowgirls. Not much to be said here. They got one in. They got one out. Raiders just lost to the Knights to show that they can hang with the heavyweights of this league. The Cowgirls were doused by the Dragons to show that they probably deserve to be at the bottom of the table right now. I know they're injured. It's not fair. Emma Measurman's still doing a tremendous job. She looks great every game, and it's really sad to see her not getting the support she needs out there. All that said and done, Raiders should be the easy pick. We've got the odds. We'll cover the odds in a minute. Last but not least, we've got the same sort of thing. Titans versus the Eels. Titans should be the easy pick. Titans, they dismissed the Tigers last week. The Eels, I'm hoping they come out and win this one. We will be secretly cheering for the Eels. I've become a fan of the Eel girls. Carrington is back. You know what? Screw you. We're going in on the Eels. Let's round this up. So to round up the women, we're going for the Dragons here. Let's cancel. Let's just cover the bets. The best bet is the Broncos. We're going all in here on the Broncos. I know it's only $1.30, but we're going all in. The safety parlay would be the Raiders and the Titans here. Although I want to go for the Eels. I just don't know if they can get it done. They play the Roosters next week, so if they want to win, they need to do it this week. I feel they could get it done against the Titans. But safety parlay, Raiders, Titans. Let's keep it simple. Titans are only paying the same amount as the Broncos. You know what? Let's change it. Safety parlay. We're changing everything. We're doing it. Live on air, changing our mind. Alright. Let's get the Titans out of it, because I feel the Titans have been overrated all week. Let's put the Broncos in there. Safety parlay, Raiders, Broncos. Safe as. And we're going to make the Eels our dog of the week. Do I recommend you follow that bet? Nah. But I got to do it. I got to follow my heart. We've got to go with the Eels. I think that looks good. And we'll be back in the Roosters and the Dragons. But our safety parlay, Raiders, Broncos. Put your house on it. We're all good to go. And I think that's it. The boys, safety parlay, bang, right there. Looking good, boys. I think we're looking good. Sit into the top 8. Let's capitalise. We didn't really capitalise last week, I don't feel. This week we're going to capitalise as much as we can with the Broncos. That's enough rambling. Gamble responsibly. Peace out. All that stuff. Love you all.